morning, science students. Now we're on to crunching the numbers. So I've repeated all of my 5 different distances. So I did 30, 60, 90, 120 and 150 centimeters. And each of them I did 3 times. So that was the first time I tried the 30 centimeters. That was the next time. That was the next time. And so I've done a total here of 15 different trials, 3 for each distance. All right. Now we've got to go and choose the medium time value. So that's the one that's in the middle. So these are my 3 options here for the 30 centimeters. The number that's in the middle is the 1.72. That number is smaller, that number is bigger. So it becomes 1 point, but notice that it's rounded. So we're not going, and that's so that we can graph it. So it just becomes 1.7. That one. And our next one here, we've got to choose the middle value again. So this number is the highest. This one here is the lowest. That one there is the medium. So this one becomes 2 point. But because that one's a 7, that makes it round up to 2.6. So it's 2.6 is that one, that value there. Now we're going here. We've got to choose the middle value here. This one's the smallest. This one's the largest. This one in the middle is the medium. So, and because that's a 9, that's going to make it round to 3.1. 3.1. Now we're going over here, finding the middle value here. This one here is the one, and it is 3.5. Now down to here, the middle value is 3.8. Because that's only a 4, it makes it round down to 3.8. If that was a 5 or higher, then it would be rounding to 3.9. So those are all in seconds. Now we've got to plot our graph. We're plotting this one here and this one. So now we're ignoring all those numbers in the middle and just using those. So we've got to set up an axis here for distance. So our biggest value is 150. I'm going to label them in 20s. I'm going to skip label them. So I'll make this one 160. That one there will be 150, 140. Okay, by skip counting or skip labeling these, it just makes that axis a lot less cluttered. Notice that my numbers are all half above the line and half below the line. So that makes it very clear that this line is equal to a distance of 40. We need to make sure we've got a unit, which is centimeters. Was our unit that I chose to use for my distance. If you've done it on a field, you might choose to have meters as your unit if you did it out on the grass with a soccer ball. All right, now we've got to set up our horizontal axes. This is going to show the medium time, and it's going to be in seconds. And this is where we're going to use those rounded values. Can see that my largest one is 3.8, and that's close to 4. So I'm going to be setting mine out. It's just going to fit on my page. This number here is going to be 1 second. And then we've got over here 2 seconds. Over here is 3 seconds. And on the edge of my page is going to be 4 seconds. And time to start plotting. So my first number is 30 centimeters and 1.7. So if we go to 30, which is this line here, and we go to 1.7, so that there would be 1.8, so 1.7 is just there, and we're plotting with crosses, not dots. Our next one is is up to 60, and it's at 2.6. So here's 2.6, and there's 60, another cross. Our next one is up to 90, which is this line here, and it's 3.1. So 3.1 will be just there. So there's 3, and 3.1 is halfway to the next line. The next one is at 120, and it's 3.5. So 3.5 is this one here. Then we're going all the way up to 120. There it is. And then our last one is at 3.8, which is this line here, and that was at 150. So all the way up here at 150. And that there is my 5 points plotted. Of course, 0, 0 is technically a point as well. And you can see for this graph, I've drawn a nice smooth curve using a flexible ruler. And it shows that it's getting steeper and steeper, the shape of this curve, which is very interesting. One thing we might add is the actual label, which is rollerball is the heading of the experiment, but this here is distance versus time. So make sure your one's got a label. Thank you for listening.